Winter is coming, and if you are someone who is looking to build your winter wardrobe, but you don't want to waste your money on random trends and pieces that are eventually just going to sit and collect dust in your closet, then this video is for you. Today, we are going over 10 winter closet essentials that are going to be a great foundation to building your winter wardrobe. These pieces are pieces that I believe you're going to be reaching for constantly, pieces that you're going to be able to mix and match. They're super versatile, but they're also going to keep you warm and cozy. At number one, we have a Crewneck sweater, which is a very timeless and classic piece that you will have in your wardrobe forever. It is also so amazing for layering. You can wrap it around your waist, and bonus points, it goes with absolutely everything. I would highly recommend getting something with a wool blend. I personally wouldn't go 100% wool just because if you're anything like me, that is going to be so itchy and so uncomfortable, and you're probably just never actually going to end up wearing it. But I would get something with a little bit of a wool blend, so not only is it going to be quality, it's also going to keep you really warm. For me, I love thrifting my sweaters. I feel like the thrift store has so many good quality sweaters, and of course they're going to be the best price point. I have found so many of my good high quality sweaters at the thrift store, so highly recommend. I feel like it is one of the easiest things to thrift. If you're not looking to thrift your sweaters, some places I would recommend would be the Gap, Aritzia. Aritzia has a lot of good wool blend, also cashmere sweaters. COS I know is also an amazing one, but if you are on a little bit of a budget, I would recommend Uniqlo. They have so many good pieces. I know they also have really good cashmere that is a little bit cheaper than other places, but again, their sweaters are just a really good price point. But I highly recommend having a Crewneck sweater in your closet for the winter. I think you will reach for it more than you even realize. Coming in at number two is a white long sleeve tee. This is your winter equivalent to just a basic plain white tee. I know it's not exciting, it's not super fun, but it is such a good closet essential. It is a staple. It is so good for layering, so good on its own, but it's just a piece you're never going to regret buying because you're going to be reaching for it time and time again. If you're anything like me, shopping for the basic and simple things, I find so much less exciting, but then when I actually purchase them, I'm so glad I did because I constantly am reaching for them. Some of the more exciting pieces that I was so excited to actually buy, I'm not touching after one or two wears. So this is your sign, invest in your basics. A couple good spots to get these is one, Uniqlo. I always rave about Uniqlo for their basic white tees, and again, same for their long sleeve. They have such good quality items for a really good price point, which is super important to me. Aritzia has a new white long sleeve as well. That is a really good material. It's a little bit thicker, not see-through at all. I think it's called the interlock long sleeve. I do want to purchase it as well. I'll put it up here on the screen so you guys can see it and screenshot it and save it, but it is such a good material. H&M is also another one that I've gotten a lot of good basic tees, tanks, long sleeves from. They're actually pretty decent as well for the price point. But this is your sign. If you don't have one already, go out and buy a good quality white long sleeve. You are going to need it for your winter wardrobe. At number three, we have dark wash wide leg jeans. Now, they don't necessarily have to be a wide leg style, but I would recommend getting something a little bit on the looser side since it is the winter, and if you did want to add a base layer, you would be able to. Personally, for me, when it comes to buying a pair of jeans, if you are kind of in between sizes, I always recommend going the size up. You're just going to be a little bit more comfortable. I know everybody says they always stretch, but you throw them in the wash and they shrink right back to where they were before, and I'd rather be a little bit comfy and have them a little bit loose than not reach for them, or when I do actually wear them, I'm just uncomfortable the entire time because that is not a fun time for anyone. And of course, a dark wash is definitely more of a winter vibe, but I do believe a dark wash can be worn all year round. It's also a little bit more elevated than a lighter wash, so it's great to wear on a day night, or if you have any more casual Christmas parties, it'll be great for that as well. Some places to buy a pair of dark wash jeans would be one, Banana Republic. I know they have some really good ones, as well as Uniqlo. I talk about Uniqlo a lot, but it is for a good reason. I love their pieces, their quality, but they're also a great price point. And if you like a little bit more of the more modern, oversized style, Uniqlo has a lot of that as well, so that is the place for you. And of course, the Gap, Aritzia also has a lot. If you really wanted to spend a lot of money and invest in a really quality pair, I would recommend a Goldie or Citizens of Humanity. They are such good quality jeans, definitely an investment piece, but I think they're one worth getting. At number four, we have a long wool coat, and this is one that I am begging you to not compromise on when it comes to investing in. If you don't want to spend a ton of money, this is definitely something you can find at the thrift. But if you are going to look for a long wool coat, please get something that actually has some wool in it. I made this mistake a couple years ago. I cheaped out. I got a full polyester thin jacket from Zara that was around $100. We regretted it a week later because it was pilling immediately. It never keeps me warm, and I wish I had just invested and actually got something that was actual quality quality that is going to last me a long time. Wool coats are also just such a classic piece. They don't really go in and out of style. So again, it's so worth that investment. Personal preference, I love one that is super long, scrapes the ground, has super wide, boxy shoulders. I think that is the most chic. If I get something obviously that makes sense for you and your style, there are so many options out there. I would also highly recommend getting something in a neutral, something that's going to go with a lot of your outfits. So take a look at your closet, see what colors you're constantly wearing, and then find something that you know is going to work with all of that, because it is a coat and it's going to need to go with a lot of your outfits. At number 5, we have a black knee-high leather boot. I prefer a flat one over a heel because comfort is a huge priority for me, but go with whatever your preference is and what you know you're actually going to wear more often. These are so great for wearing over or under jeans in the winter, as well as under long skirts and dresses. I think it's so stunning and so chic. And because it's leather and knee-high, it's going to keep you warm in the winter and can also hide your thick winter socks. I know I've been saying this with literally every single item, but I really feel like you should invest in a good quality pair and not get something that is going to wear out in a year or even 2. I'm such an advocate for thrifting, and these are something you can absolutely thrift. I have a couple pairs that I've gotten secondhand, so if you don't want to invest price point wise, go to your local thrift. It might take a little bit longer, but get something that's real leather. Quality is going to be a lot more comfortable too, especially because they'll be worn in already. But because they're leather, they're going to be a little bit warmer and they're going to last. At number 6, we have a turtleneck, which seems like a no-brainer, and honestly, it really is for the winter. I feel like everyone definitely needs one of these in their closet. They are such a great layering piece. Personally, I would recommend getting something a little bit more fitted so you can layer it. But if you do like something super oversized and chunky, I love a good chunky turtleneck sweater. And that of course is going to keep you warm as well. But I just feel like a fitted turtleneck is so versatile. It's so good on its own. It's so good layered. It's also such a great base layer for if you're out and about doing any cold winter activities. Throw that on underneath and you are going to be nice and toasty. And again, it's a classic style that whether or not it's super trendy at the moment, it is classic and it's never out of style. At number 7, we have a pair of loafers. I am such a firm believer that everyone needs a pair of loafers in their closet. They are so good all year round, but I really believe you'll wear them even more in the winter because you will have put away your flip-flops, your sandals, your strappy heels for the season. So you're going to be wearing your loafers more often than you would probably in the summer. And let's be honest, you're not actually going to be wearing a pair of boots every single day in the winter. I've said it time and time again, but loafers go with literally everything. They go with casual, they go with elevated, they go with dressy. They elevate the casual. They can also dress down something super dressy. They're a staple. They're so versatile, and I'm simply obsessed. Some really good places to get a pair of loafers. I got mine from Aldo. They were, I think, $100. I think they might have gone up in price a little bit. I've had them for a couple of years. They're such good quality and they're comfortable. They've been really holding up. But there's a lot of places you can get loafers with such variety of price points. I've actually seen a few at the thrift as well. But I feel like I would recommend getting these brand new because it might be really hard to find your size and style at the thrift store. Highly recommend. They're worth the investment. They're going to go with everything in your closet and you're probably going to reach for them more than you realize. At number 8, we have a puffer jacket. This is going to be your practical winter coat, even more so than the wool one. The wool one I know is going to keep you warm. This one is for those extreme cold days. I know it's not cute, but its job is not to be cute. Its job is to keep you warm. And on those freezing cold days, especially if you live somewhere really cold like myself, you are going to be so glad you have that when you step outside. I know I keep saying this, but Aritzia is a one-stop shop for puffers. They have every style, length, and color you can imagine. So if you're not sure what you're wanting to get, I would probably take a browse at their website. Plus, they're super, super warm. Lululemon is also a really good place to get a very warm one as well. But if you live somewhere where it's not as cold in the winter, but you still need something to keep you a little bit warm, you can find some really cute puffers from Zara, Anthropologie, and Free People. Again, these are not going to be keeping you as warm if you live somewhere where it gets to minus 30 Celsius like I do, but they're going to still keep you warm if you live somewhere where it's not as freezing. Plus bonus points, they're going to be a lot cuter. At number 9, we have a trouser, ideally a wool blend trouser since it is winter and you're trying to stay warm. You have your pair of jeans in your closet, it's time to add another pair of pants. And I love a dress style trouser. I think they're so good. Obviously worn to the office, but I also love wearing them as an everyday pant dressed down with either a sweater or a white t-shirt. You look so chic and stylish, but you did not need to put in any effort at all. Another great place to buy them is, again, Aritzia. They just have so many good options when it comes to style, length, material. So there really is something out there for everyone. I know I do work there, but I promise that is an unbiased opinion. They really just do have something for everyone. Another place I really love getting trousers from is Oakenfort. I have a few from them. I feel like their trousers are a little bit more unique and maybe fashion forward than Aritzia per se. So yeah, they also do have the classic cuts as well, but I would recommend them as well if you are looking for something a little bit more unique and fashion forward. But Aritzia is great if you're looking for a more classic style. And last but not least, at number 10, we have a Sweatset. And I'm not talking about your super thin, old 10-year-old worn out sweats with your matching sweatshirt that is full of stains. I'm begging you to throw that out and go invest in a quality Sweatset. I promise you won't regret sweatsets. They're super comfy and you're going to look a lot more put together, but you're still able to wear sweats. I just got this one a few days ago from Aritzia. It is their French blue. I love a good matching, fun, colorful sweatset. If you don't have one in your closet already, I would highly recommend starting off with a neutral, ideally a gray or a black, something that is just a little bit more versatile and you can wear more consistently versus a colorful one. But if you do already have your neutrals, I highly recommend getting something fun and colorful for the winter as well. I love elevating a sweatset with some jewelry, a coat, or on some cute shoes. You look so put together, but you really didn't have to try it all. Plus bonus points, you're super comfy. But that is everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video at all, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.